You you have no personal knowledge, do you, ma'am, whether or not Rutilo has ever used an ant killer like Ortho or any number of the pesticides available at Home Depot or Lowe's or Ace or anywhere. You have no idea whether he took a can of that stuff and shook it out on the ground, do you?
I do, because he would not pay out of his own pocket something on behalf of Angel Valley. And if he would ask us first, and then he would ask us to pay him back.
And you're assuming that.
I know.
Just like you knew that you would never, ever, ever, ever burn a log with a nail in it.
Okay.
I know this log it's not a big deal. It's just a log. But I guess the point I'm asking you is you made an assumption that, and you told this jury straight out, you knew you would never, ever, ever burn a log with a nail in it. Didn't you tell the jury that?
I did.
And that was an assumption that was wrong, correct?
Can I then add something to that?
Well, first of all, could you answer the question, yes or no? That was an assumption that was wrong.
You're right. I assumed that there was no nail in that log.
Okay. Actually, you said something slightly different. You told this jury that you would never, ever burn a log at Angel Valley that had nails in it, correct?
That's correct.
And what you were trying to imply to this jury is that you would never, ever use wood that had been used for some purpose.
Yes.
Correct?
That's correct.
And the reason why you were saying all of that is because you wanted this jury to believe or understand that all the logs that were burned couldn't have possibly been treated in any way because they were all logs that have never been used. Correct?
That's correct.
And so you wanted this jury to hear, well, we would never use a log that's been nailed because that's a log that may have been used in some way or another. And we didn't treat any of the logs, so you wanted this jury to understand that you did not use any treated wood to heat up the rocks. Is that correct?
So can you phrase it in one question, because I lost the line of your question. Sorry.
You wanted this jury to believe that you have never, ever used treated wood to heat up the rocks.
That's correct.
And the reason why you were talking about nails and logs is because you wanted to make sure everybody understood that you would never use construction wood that had already been used. Correct?
Correct.
And so that's why you said, well, we would never use a log that has a nail in it because that might be a log that's been used, and you wanted this jury to understand that these were all fresh logs. Correct?
These were all logs that had not been used before, right? Is that your question?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
That's what I wanted to convey.
And part of conveying that was to say no nails. You would never use anything with nails.
The reason why there is a nail in there, as I explained yesterday, was because when they were not used, never used, they were stored with a tarp over it, and in order for not the tarp to blow away, we put a nail in there.
Would it surprise you if every single log that the detectives collected, all 3 other ones, have nails in them?
That is then because of the tarps, not because they had been used and treated.
So they just happened to get 4 out of 4 logs have nails in them. It's okay.